can't forget the day we met.
Hey everybody, it's the Herb Guy with the Elder Herb Shop, and welcome back to Where Science Meets Nature, a channel where we discuss the medicinal value of plants and other natural substances found in nature all around us, with a little bit of science thrown in because we can. Today I'm out harvesting, and we have plenty of plants to harvest. There's some sassafras. We have a nice big grove of sassafras that my friend is actually trying to get rid of, so I get free access to as much of this stuff as I want. However, it can be somewhat of a pain to harvest. There's a bunch of goldenrod here. Also, very handy herb. If you just watched a recent video, I just did a video on goldenrod last week. But that's not the plant we're going to do today. Today, we're going to talk about this one, burdock. Now, this is not a very good example of burdock because I have harvested from here before, and I don't think I left enough seeds, and he does keep it very well mowed, so it's kind of difficult to come by at times. But I'm going to grab this one here just because, and we're going to talk about burdock a little bit. Strangely enough, it's part of the sunflower family, and in most parts of the world it's actually classified as a vegetable. It's native to Europe and Asia. However, it was brought here in the early 1600s, and by the mid 1600s there was so much of it here that some botanists were actually confused in considering it a native plant. And it's very prolific. If you've ever seen a burdock seed, it's essentially that big sticky ball that'll get stuck to your cuffs or your pants or your knees, on your dog's tail or whatever, and they spread really well. That's how they spread. Those are their seeds. Now, so the medicinal benefits of this plant is it's really good for inflammation. It's a very powerful antioxidant, and it helps remove free radicals from the body. In some cases, it's considered an aphrodisiac, and in males, it will increase sexual libido. It's good for allergies and skin conditions. Now, by skin conditions, I mean like rashes due to allergies or psoriasis, eczema. You can take it internally as a tea or as an extract for that, or use it. You can use the leaves or the root, which we're going to get to here in a minute, as part of the solution. Typically speaking, it's the root that's used. Burdock root is what most people know. And in recent science has shown that it actually purifies the blood. And by that, I mean it actually pulls toxins out of your bloodstream and out of your body. This is one of the main ingredients of a blend called Essiac. And I'm going to put a link down to the Essiac company down below. They are the company that directly bought the recipe from Renee Casey, who was the one who ultimately ended up developing the Essiac remedies. And you really should check out Essiac. I'll probably do a series of videos on that too. That's a rather lengthy one. I've done some Facebook type posts on that and Instagram posts on Essiac and my take on it. You'll find that Essiac can be really helpful for your immune system in many different ways. Now, the roots on burdock, if you let them sit for a year or two, will get really big. You don't really want the roots if you're going to use them for eating that are older than 2 years old. I'll just pull the leaves off of there. There. There's the root. This root actually smells very good when you cook it. It doesn't smell like a carrot or anything, and it's very sweet tasting. This isn't much of a root, and I am going to be harvesting some more of this because it's a main ingredient for healing salves that we have. It's a main ingredient for our detox tea. It's a really super handy herb to have, and unfortunately we are currently out of it. So there's what we have here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to harvest some more stuff. I have, as I said, I have a little bit of sassafras to get. I have some goldenrod to pick. This is also a good time of the year if you have an opportunity to think about getting your rose hips off the roses. Rose hips are very valuable, very helpful, and I will be doing a video on rose hips probably right around the same time I decide to start harvesting. This is getting to be that time of the year. This is really a great time of the year for everybody to be harvesting their plants because all the plants are ready. If you have a small patch of a plant that you're looking for, don't take the whole thing. Just take maybe half, and that way you'll be sure to have some more for next year, unless of course you don't want it there next year, then take what you want. We have a lot of plants to get to. Hopefully we can get some goldenrod and get it listed online, and I know for sure we'll be having the sassafras leaves, and I'm probably going to get some fresh root dug up so we can have some sassafras root available for everybody. Nothing quite like having some sassafras root beer. It's really good. You can do it homemade. Might even throw a recipe out there for everybody. Let me know in the comments below what you think of that. Anyway, let me get back to work. Then after I'm done with this, I'll get into the office. I'll go ahead and quickly get some science thrown in here so everybody can read some science, and then you could go harvest your own burdock. Hang on. Here's that picture of a gallfly that I forgot to send in regards to the goldenrod post. Sorry about that. Okay, so now we're back in the office, and off the Ohio State University website, there's the Ohio Perennial and Biennial Weed Guide, and burdock is listed in there, and it states that the history of burdock it actually came here in the early 1600s, and it was so widespread by 1663 that a botanist considered it a native species. This is the plant that Velcro was made off of. There was an engineer who happened to find some on his animal, and he developed Velcro out of that, and it was specifically the burdock plant. It's a pretty fun plant to have. It's fun to dig up. It's not so fun to get out of your dog's tail or your cat's tail, especially if they have long hair. If you've ever had an animal with long hair that had a burdock seed or a burdock burr in there, you know that's a lengthy process just to get it out. But burdock does seem to like moisture and nitrogen rich soils, and some of those plants will get really, really big. In 2018, Dr. Deborah Rose Wilson wrote an article on Healthline in regards to the benefits of burdock root, and what she found in that was that 1, it's a powerhouse of antioxidants. Number 2, it removes toxins from the blood. Number 3, it may inhibit some kinds of cancer, and with it being a partial ingredient to the Essiac blend, you can see why that would be a thing. Number 4, it may be considered an aphrodisiac. They did a study with rats that found that to be the case. And number 5, it can help treat skin issues such as allergic dermatitis. That would be something like if you got into poison ivy or something you were allergic to that caused a rash. It works for psoriasis and eczema. And in her article, there is a ton of studies that she's also linked to. So if you go to that article, you'll have even more reading to do for those of you who would prefer to read rather than watch videos. And there you go there. And I did also mention that burdock was a vegetable, and here's some really interesting facts. Now, Fitbit actually took and went and did the nutritional value of raw burdock, and they say the serving size is 1 root, which is subjective. That could be anything. Maybe we could consider it an ounce. But in that 1 ounce, there's a ton of benefits. You know, it has zero saturated fat. There's no trans fat, no cholesterol. There's 7.8 milligrams of sodium, which is helpful. You have 480 milligrams of potassium, which is 14% of your daily allowance. 27 grams of carbohydrates. Dietary fiber, there's 5 grams. There's 4.5 grams of sugar and almost 2.5 grams of protein. It contains trace amounts of vitamin A, vitamin C, there's calcium and iron, thiamine, riboflavin, vitamin B6, niacin, magnesium, phosphorus, zinc, copper, and pantothenic acid. Now, from just being a food source, you could supplement this with your carrots, or you can actually replace your carrots with this particular plant and eat them in lieu of. Burdock also contains high amount of inulin, which your body recognizes as an insulin, and it helps to absorb that easier than having to take a shot. So people that are diabetic have found this to be quite a beneficial plant to have included in their diet. So that's about all I have in regards to burdock today. Stay tuned for our next video where we're going to be discussing how to sanitize your home naturally using incense and natural products. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like and a share. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our great new content. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. Any comment helps because then we can help us improve our channel for everybody. I really appreciate everybody watching. Stay safe and have a good day from the Elder Herb Shop and the Herb Guy. Stay tuned.